S&P futures are up 15. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news with our team of reporters around the country and the world. Coverage you can trust.
Small business owners know cutting costs without cutting quality is tough. How do you trim expenses without hurting your business? Easy. Get Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212. Switch to Spectrum Business and you can get the best internet and phone services for half of what you're paying today. Cutting costs can be easy when you get Spectrum Business. Just call 888-489-2212. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Can you name the 3 habits? We shower, we brush our teeth, and wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. Navage uses powered suction to flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with online reviews, and over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is Wsgw News.
Sunny skies and 60 degrees at 9:05. Good morning on my birthday. Police in Saginaw are investigating 2 shootings from this past weekend that killed 2 people and injured several others. The first occurred Saturday around 10:55 p.m. in the 2700 block of Linwood. A large party was taking place. Fire on a crowd of people. 2 men ages 26 and 27 were critically injured, while 44-year-old Demes Lamont Patillo and 26-year-old Samira Shanil were killed. 12 hours later, Sunday morning at 10:50, a second shooting took place in the 1300 block of Brockway. A man and a woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries, while a second woman was critically injured. Police currently have no suspect information in either incident and are asking the public's help. Anyone with information about either shooting can call the Saginaw Police Department or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-JAIL. Following a public outcry in Shiawassee County, the County Board of Commissioners chair position in a special meeting yesterday. The move comes after the board voted July 15th to award county employees funds from the Federal American Rescue Plan. The funds were considered hazard pay for working during the pandemic, and all county employees averaged about $2,100, though some received more while others got less. However, the board also awarded themselves funds, with 6 county officials receiving the maximum allowable amount at $25,000. One of those officials was County Commission Board Chair Jeremy Root. Once it was learned the board had also received funds, Commissioners Marlene Webster and Gregory Brodeur called for Root's resignation. Commissioner Cindy Garber, who received media, she was keeping the money because she deserved it. A Genesee County judge placed a freeze on the funds after a Hemlock woman filed a lawsuit against the board saying they violated the Open Meetings Act. The money must be returned by anyone receiving more than $5,000, and a new distribution of the funds must be reconsidered. While Root and Garber were not in attendance at Sunday's meeting, Root submitted his resignation as board chair in a letter. He currently remains on the board as a commissioner. WSGW News Time 9:07.
We've all seen how unpredictable life can be. The Covenant Center for the Heart is here for you. More people in the Great Lakes Bay region trust their hearts to Covenant Healthcare than any other area hospital. Why? Because we have the most comprehensive cardiac care in the region. From diagnosis at our chest pain center, to the region's first structural heart disease program, to our cardiac rehabilitation and wellness center. And because we keep our patients safe, Covenant has been awarded an A rating for patient safety from the Leapfrog Group 6 times running. So if you have an existing heart condition, call your cardiologist. If you experience symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath, call 911 or come to the Covenant Emergency Care Center. Life and hearts can be unpredictable. Trust yours to Covenant Healthcare, the leader for extraordinary care.
WSGW News Time, 9:08. The weather forecast is next. A federal appeals court has heard arguments in a challenge to Michigan City's practice of marking tires to catch people who ignore time limits on parking. Allison Taylor is appealing a decision that went in favor of the city of Saginaw. Her attorney argues chalking tires violates the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches. The case made headlines in 2019 when the same appeals court said marking tires could in some circumstances. The court sent the lawsuit back to a federal judge in Michigan, but he eventually ruled against Taylor. A different three-judge panel at the appeals court heard arguments on Thursday. Fall school sports are a go, says the head of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, in the face of a growing number of COVID cases due to the Delta variant. Executive Director Mark Ewell points out spring athletes testing for COVID has a positivity rate that was a fraction of 1%.
I think it's because of that previous data. That's why we're getting ready here for August 9th to get fall sports started without DHHS testing.
Ewell says they had record attendance to their spring tournament events when state restrictions were lifted in June. State and federal officials continue to plead with people to get vaccinated against COVID-19. And the current Michigan vaccine dashboard shows 63.5% of residents 16 and older have received at least one dose of the vaccine. The governor's office aims to have 70% vaccinated by Labor Day. More institutions have announced vaccine mandates. All students, faculty, and staff on all three campuses of the University of Michigan will be required to be vaccinated, as well as Michigan State. MSU has also mandated masks be worn indoors in other buildings across the state. WSGW News Time 9:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Mostly sunny skies today for the beginning of the work week with a high temperature in the mid-70s, partly cloudy for the overnight periods and nights with a low in the mid-50s. Sunny once again on Tuesday with a high of 81 degrees, staying mostly clear Tuesday night to low of 59. Sunshine on Wednesday for the middle part of the week with a high temperature in the mid-80s, staying clear once again Wednesday night to low in the low 60s. Sunny for your Thursday, turning partly cloudy Thursday night to low of 65. This is meteorologist Jake Pozesinski with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now, 59.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show, starting a brand new week and a brand new month because it is the second day of August. Nice to have you with us here on WSGW. We will begin the month with open phones for this hour. Next hour, we have an inspiring story for you of a young man who battled cancer and went on to be an all-star little leaguer. And we'll tell you that story coming up after the 10 o'clock news this morning. At 11 o'clock on Focus, we'll focus on Rocket Grab Plus and tell you what's available for you this morning. A number of things to talk about on the program this morning. Simone Biles is going to return to compete in one final event, the Beam. There's the January 6th panel and what Susan Collins had to say about it. And she's a moderate in every regard. There is a new infrastructure bill. $1 trillion could become, it could pass the Senate within days, according to Mr. Schumer. COVID-19, mask requirements, vaccine requirements, and all of that's still out there. Someone is proposing a 4-day work week. Ooh, what do you think about that? By an interesting thing. And eviction notices go out today. There may be many of them going out because Congress failed to act to extend the moratorium on evictions. Now, there is rental assistance money available to many people, assuming that money is actually out there. We would hope that a number of people take advantage of it. And I'm going to start where I ended last week, because every time I do this, I get tons of email about it. There was a gentleman back in the 1700s, I'm guessing, by the name of Alexander Fraser Tytler. He is attributed with writing this piece that I'm going to read. Now, I've also read that that's not true, but for the most part, he is credited with writing this particular piece. And whether he wrote it or not, it's the words that matter. So I thought we'd start out reading it rather than save it to the end. And if you want to comment about it, you may. It says, quote, "A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the voters discover that they can vote themselves largesse from the public treasury. From that moment on, the majority always votes for the candidates providing the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that a democracy always collapses over loose fiscal policy, always followed by a dictatorship. The average age of the world's greatest civilizations has been 200 years. These nations have progressed through this sequence: from bondage to spiritual faith, from spiritual faith to great courage, from courage to liberty, from liberty to abundances, from abundance to selfishness, from selfishness to apathy, from apathy to dependence, and from dependence back into bondage." So where are we on that evolutionary scale? We've already exceeded the average length of most democratic civilizations, which Mr. Tytler says is about 200 years. But where are we on that scale? It seems to me that we have moved to the dependence scale, one of the last ones before moving into bondage and back to a dictatorship. Bottom line, government can't do everything for everybody. There is a limit. Somebody has to pay the bill. Now, do we break this cycle? Well, I don't see that happening right now. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to go the other way. The senators have agreed on an infrastructure package, $1 trillion. And that's fine, because heaven knows there are roads, bridges, infrastructure, water systems, transportation systems in this country that are in dire need of an influx of funds to bring them up to modern standards. No doubt about it. But is that all that's going to happen? Not if Nancy Pelosi has her way, because even if the Senate passes this $1 trillion infrastructure bill, which is likely to happen in the next couple of days, it was a bipartisan effort, more power to him. Pelosi has already said she's not even going to consider it unless they also come forth with a $3.5 trillion, what I call a welfare package. And that one is not going to happen in the Senate because there are even some Democrats that are squawking at the cost of it. Just imagine now if the Senate were to pass that $3.5 trillion, that coupled with the infrastructure package, $4.5 trillion on top of what's already an almost $30 billion debt. How do we pay for it? If you crank up the printing press, inflation goes through the roof. We all pay for it. We're all, oh, let's start with this premise. We're going to pay for it anyway, because the interest on the debt comes out of the taxes we pay the government. We pay for it. Nobody else. We pay for it. So either they keep taking it out of our taxes at a greater rate to pay the interest, or they raise our taxes, or they crank up the printing press, which drives up inflation, which costs us in other ways. No matter how you cut it, we pay for it. What's the limit? How much debt can this country sustain when foreign governments own a lot of it? You have to ask yourself. You know, it's pretty easy to sit there with your hand palm up and want the government to grease that hand while the hand in your money pocket is tightly clenched fist and you won't take anything out to help pay for it. You can't have it both ways. We cannot insist the government keep greasing our palms and not want to pay for it. Doesn't work. All right. Our program brought to you by Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty in Saginaw, a fabulous, fabulous realtor. You know, sellers right now are getting top dollar for their homes. And, I mean, they're on the market for a day. That's about it. Linda Shepard sells faster. Buyers are cash or pre-approved. She doesn't waste any time. She's easy to work with. No pressure tactics. Several years of experience. A hard worker, I will tell you that. And she's a full-time agent. She lives here. She sells here. And her agency, Pinnacle Realty, is not a franchise. That means the money stays here, right in your community. And, you know, buyers, the interest rates right now are still very low. Linda Shepard watches the market closely so clients get a showing fast, and they have a fighting chance. She will fight for every offer, every time. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, commercial or residential, call Linda, 989-295-7713. 989-295-7713. And then you can sleep easy at night knowing your real estate issues are being taken care of by a pro. Linda Shepard, sponsor of the Art Lewis Show, Pinnacle Realty. Thank you. We'll take a break. Be back. We'll get to Paul and Saginaw when we return.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
If your hearing aids are 2 years old or older, you may be missing out on the huge advancement in hearing aid technology now available with Lively hearing aids. Switching to Lively hearing aids is like going from this to this. You'll be amazed at the difference. Our rechargeable hearing aids last up to 30 hours without a charge. Bluetooth enabled, they can stream music and calls directly through your hearing aids. And adjustable settings in the Lively app put you in control of your hearing. If you've been waiting to replace your current hearing aids because of the cost, the price of Lively hearing aids will be music to your ears. Lively hearing aids cost half the price of most hearing aids, and they're backed by a 100-day money-back guarantee. Try Lively today risk-free for 100 days and save $100 at listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you'll need is a monocle. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations does not include state local taxes or recycling fees. Advertised sales price may not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends 8/31/21.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Payments company Square is buying Afterpay, the Australia-based financial technology company that lets you buy things and pay off your purchase in multiple payments. Foot Locker is buying 2 big sporting goods retailers, increasing its business in the West, Southwest, and outside the U.S. It will own the parent companies of the WSS Warehouse Shoe Sale and Atmos Athletic Wear chains. WSS has nearly 100 stores in California, Texas, Arizona, and Nevada. Insurance giant Allianz says its earnings could be hit into its funds that saw losses during the market downturn early last year. Allianz confirms it's being investigated by the Justice Department. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
Summer's in full swing, and we have the coolest new shirts for the warm weather at Untuckit, including performance shirts that wick sweat, short sleeve styles to beat the heat, and our comfortable polos. Untuckit shirts are designed to be worn untucked, so they're just the thing to look and feel cool in the summer heat. And Untuckit shirts are perfect as we transition back to the things that we've been missing, like dinner with friends, reuniting with family, and vacations too. When the heat is on, the #1 shirt to keep you cool is Untuckit. Use code COOL for 20% off your first purchase at untuckit.com or over 80 Untuckit stores.
I'm Dinesh D'Souza. In April alone, consumer prices increased by 4.2%, the highest bump since 2008. Higher fuel prices, higher food prices, construction costs, housing prices. Inflation isn't just coming, it's here. Have you protected your savings, your investments? If you have not yet diversified a portion into precious metals, the answer is no. Birch Gold Group is who I purchase from and who you can trust to convert an IRA or eligible 401k into an IRA backed by gold and silver. That's right. Through a little-known tax loophole, you can convert your retirement savings tied to the stock market into an IRA backed by precious metals. It's your hedge against inflation. With 10,000 customers, an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, and countless 5-star reviews, Birch Gold can help you too. Get a free information kit by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. Again, text PROTECT to 989898 before it's too late.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is a test. WSGW is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. WSGW serves Saginaw, Bay, and Midland counties, along with the surrounding area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system on WSGW.
Back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Paul is in Saginaw. Paul, good morning.
Art, over the last year and a half, I'm sure you've heard this phrase, we're going to follow the science.
Yeah.
Well, in Friday's local newspaper, July 30, page A5, there was a whole page article with a picture about some research studies that linked the smoke and fire from the West Coast wildfires to an 18% increased risk of contracting COVID-19. Now, these research studies indicate that exposure to smoke alters people's immune response, and COVID-19 can attach themselves.
All right, so let's not read me the article. Just talk about it.
It makes the virus ingestion easier because, you know,
well, that's one article, and maybe it does. So what are we going to do about it?
Well, here's the thing. Cloth masks don't work for wild. Only the N95 masks stop the COVID from the smoke. So I believe it's imperative for Washington, D.C. to put out those 83 West Coast wildfires to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Well, it's imperative on that to happen anyway. The biggest fire, the one in Oregon, is 84% contained right now. Do you not think that's exactly what they're trying to do every day? You think it's just you think it's come now. You think you just snap your fingers and the fire goes away?
No. I think Washington should send out the National Guard, the Army Reserve to help all them firefighters.
In some places they do.
And put that smoke out because that smoke gets in the jet stream and circles the globe.
Yep.
It spreads that COVID-19.
Yep.
I believe it's the same thing that happened in the Spanish flu from the smoke and fire from World War I that preceded the Spanish flu.
Good. Write your congressman and tell him we need to do that then. If you don't think they're putting a maximum effort into stopping those fires, come on, Paul. You think they're just sitting there watching them? They've got thousands of people in the fire service working on it.
They're telling us cloth masks is going to stop COVID-19 from the smoke. Only the N95 mask stops the
And you know that how?
Because it's in that article.
Oh, because it's in that article. There we go.
Well, don't you read the paper? Don't you believe any of the stuff you read?
I read lots of things. I try not to read just one.
Well, these are research studies that were done. We're supposed to follow the science, right?
Well, listen, it's this mask situation, and Washington has done nothing but confuse us on it.
Absolutely.
It's, there are articles written that a single cloth mask does nothing, but a triple cloth mask will have almost the same effect as an N95. There are articles that say only N95s do anything. So, pick your poison.
Right. But I just thought I'd let your listeners know
what's
in that article. And if we're going to follow the science, why don't we? These are research studies that were done. So let's not be picking something out of the air. And somebody can't accuse me of picking this stuff out of the air. This is something that was in the paper.
Okay, fine.
So,
but if you don't think they're working on the fires and trying to contain them, and if you think that's an easy chore, you're sadly mistaken. Washington can't snap their fingers and put the fires out.
I think they can do a lot more than what they're doing.
I don't know. You don't know how much they are doing. How many National Guard members are out there working?
I don't know.
I
haven't heard of any of you.
I have.
Firefighters.
No, I have.
Well,
but it's they do everything they can to put those fires out. Nobody wants those fires to burn.
Right.
All right.
Well,
good enough, Paul.
Right.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye now. I just, listen. For every article that says this, there's an article that says that. And then you listen to Washington, it changes their minds every 5 minutes. And I realize COVID is a fluid situation. As new variants come along, new recommendations come forth. New travel restrictions come forth, depending on the variant. So it's no wonder that we're confused, that we're skeptical, because it changes every week. Who do you believe? What do you believe? I'm sure I can get 10 people to call in and they'll have 10 different opinions on it, all based on what they've heard and who they listen to. And that's fine. Bottom line is, you all have to make up your own minds. And I do it in consort with my doctor. Bill is in Cass City. We'll take Bill before we take a break here. Bill, good morning. Bill, are you there? Hello, Bill. All right, let's take a break, and maybe we'll find Bill in Cass City after the break. We'll be back after these notes.
Start your summer off right at United Financial Credit Union. From summer fun to summer savings, United Financial has everything you need to play big and save big all summer long. We can help our members put more cash in their pockets this summer. Take advantage of our summer skip-a-pay and skip your next loan payment. Or for a limited time, we have our no credit check summer fun loan available. Let United Financial help you with all of your financial needs so you can enjoy your summer. Not a member? Why not? It's never been easier to switch your accounts and become a member at United Financial, where we put you first. Stop in or visit our website for details.
Some restrictions apply. See credit union for details. Federally insured by the NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Credit Union. Serving the Valley community.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio, like where this ad plays. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Yes, radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you'll need is a monocle. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations does not include state local taxes or recycling fees. Advertised sales price may not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends 8/31/21.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here to give you the killer deals that you need. You can get tons of deals going on right now from Fat Matt's Barbecue, Joyce's Purple Palette, Kitchen Kings, Cafe 13, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, the Pine River Golf Course, Beer Garden, the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon, and the Bay Regional Fencing Alliance. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
On air and online from the Stone Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you. And now we can get back to our phones. Bill is in Cass City. Bill, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing well, thanks. Hope you are.
I'm doing good. I just thought I'd comment to your last caller. I worked in a lab for years, and we used to call it idiot proofing because if you had me testing something and you testing something, we could run the same test and come up with two different. We look at it from one thing and another. In other words, we're the idiots. We have to idiot proof it. So then they would go out and get a machine, and I could set the set points on the machine plus or minus so many points. Because it'd be like your car. If you set it at 55 and it goes to 54, it jumps ahead. You wouldn't drive your car with a cruise controller. You wouldn't do your thermostat the same way. So I can make any machine, anything, read the way I want it. It's really sad, but we can do this. And what they'll say, you go to your Bureau of Standards, and they'll say, well, we have the machine set at certain points, and it's well within our standards. So I can make that machine tell me what I want it to tell me.
Yeah, it's the old, the old computer adage is garbage in, garbage out.
Well, and it is, but again, they can still. You have this, like I said, I dealt with this in the medical profession for years, and I can make it read anything I want within the parameter set. In other words, plus or minus 3 degrees, plus or minus 5 points.
There's a tolerance, right? There's a tolerance,
right? And these folks think, well, just because Joe Blow said this or Joe Blow said that, no. There still is a room for error in this. And that's the fudge factor. That's the little factor that, well, you didn't understand what I told you. Hey, yes, we did. We go to our doctor, we sat down and we talked to him or her and said, this is me. What do you think? And you should do this. I went and got my shots. I don't say that it was right or wrong. I did it for me.
Me too.
And, they asked me, did you have any problems? I said, yeah, my arm hurt. I mean, I didn't even get a sticker that says I'm a hero. I mean, really.
That's it. Did you get the Pfizer Moderna or did you get the Johnson & Johnson? You got a one shot or a two? You got 5. So did I.
2 shots.
And it's interesting. Yes. The first shot, my arm hurt me maybe for an hour, 2 hours. And it wasn't even a hurt. I mean, it was more like a little ache around the shot site.
Yeah.
Second shot, nothing. I had no reaction whatsoever.
I went to bed and fell asleep and
me
slept
too.
like a baby.
Yeah,
my
me
wife
too.
said, I hate you because you can do that. I said, well, I've had this shots and some aggravate me, some don't, but this didn't make me sick or anything.
No, I didn't.
I didn't turn purple or.
Right now, let's understand that in the same way that your test results can be different, reaction from individuals can be different. Everybody has a different reaction. And so some people get sick for a day or so, but that's it, and I have within the family a couple of folks who absolutely anti-vax. And I said to him, did you ever have polio? Did you ever have measles? Did you ever have any of those big diseases? Well, no. I said, well, you know why? Because when you were young, guess what? You got vaccinated. Oh, well,
Well, if they want, it's like years ago, they wanted to put government controls on a TV set. And that was just after they come out. My old man said, I got the controls.
Yep.
I got the on off button. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
And, that's just the way it was. I think, I was in the service and I said to the people that knew me here, you have to respect this stuff. You have to give it a little caution, but don't let it run your life. You have to make decisions based on the moment. And if you let it run your life and let it scare you, just like when I was over in Vietnam, it'll kill you.
Yeah, well,
So you have to be very cautious, but
that's where we are with social media today. It's exactly where we are with social media. Careful how you use it. Don't let it run your life.
Well, it can't. I mean, it was our last president, God love him. I had a ball with him because when my wife would get up every morning, she would be mad because I was listening to the news. Look what he did today. Oh, good Lord. It was so much fun. It was just really great.
Well, I've told folks, no matter what you think of Donald Trump, he certainly made life interesting, didn't he? And it still is, in a way.
I mean, I could respect a man that's going to come at me and tell me what he thinks.
Yeah.
I don't like them when they lie to me and come around my back and do the same thing. That irritates me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Man up and tell me you're going to get me and fine.
Bottom line is, I remember listening to Ronald Reagan just before he was elected president, give a speech talking about personal responsibility. Whatever happened to it?
Well, now we have everybody responsible for us because they'll stand in the corner. They teach you, well, it's not your fault. You're an idiot. Like, really?
Yeah.
You're the one making the decision. I mean, they take the kids to school. Well, it's not your fault that your dad only makes $500,000 a year and you can't get a new baseball or something. I mean,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, well.
It's a strange world we live in.
Yeah. Makes life interesting, doesn't it? All right, Bill.
Oh, it does.
I
Have a good day, Art.
appreciate the call. Thanks, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, that opens the line. Saginaw Bay City, 752-6111. That's in Saginaw and Bay City. Inside the state of Michigan, 866-790 WSGW. Outside the state, 989-752-6111. I think of that often, though. I think of Ronald Reagan in that speech when he talked about personal responsibility. And whatever happened to it? I go back to Mr. Tytler's passage that I read earlier about heading into an area of dependence on government, And before that was apathy, and we were apathetic. Look at voter turnouts in non-presidential years. In the elections, we have the most impact. You get the smallest turnouts. Why are we like that? What is there about living in the greatest country on earth, having the most freedoms of anybody on earth, having the most privileges of anybody on earth, and we choose to not participate? I will never understand that. All right, we're going to take a break, come back. We'll get to Mark in Bay City when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
What's better than being outdoors and enjoying a summer day in Michigan? How about golfing at the Saginaw Country Club? You can do that at the Saginaw Promise Swinging for the Promise golf event on Thursday, August 19th. 18 holes of golf with a cart, grilled lunch at the turn, delicious dinner, trophies, prizes, and a lot of fun. Register online, saginawpromise.org. Call 989-755-0545. Sponsorships available. Saginaw Promise, making a difference through post-secondary education and scholarships.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
I'm one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body. I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Meet Bob.
And I just celebrated 45 memorable years together. She and my daughter Katie are my anchors.
Bob and Wendy spent time fundraising for healthcare causes.
I guess I liked it so much, I decided to become a patient.
In 2016, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
I assumed that there was no hope for people with my diagnosis.
Bob participated in a clinical trial that included cutting-edge radiation therapy and surgery. He's been in remission since completion.
I'm so glad that I learned about what was possible for me.
I'm Keisha Sharp. Since losing my mother to pancreatic cancer, I've been working to ensure that everyone facing this diagnosis knows about the immense progress being made. Stand Up to Cancer and Lustgarten Foundation are working together to make every person diagnosed into a long-term survivor, like Bob. Visit pancreaticcancercollective.org.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show,
split the difference. Vaccination ID to vote. Or is that Jim Crovid?
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
And we're back. It's the Art Lewis Show for this Monday morning. Mark is in Bay City. Up next, Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you.
Hey, I'm just looking to see if you have an answer. The vaccines, the three that's been out, Janssen, Moderna, and Pfizer, they've been out for like 7 months now. We should have a little history on that as far as with the Delta variant coming through. Which one's more effective than the other one from stopping to get repeat? Are we saying all three vaccines you can still get it, or is there one that's more better than the other one on curbing the Delta variant? You know the answer?
There were some statistics put out by the companies themselves. Pfizer, I have to tell you, I do not remember the numbers. What I understand, and again, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor. This is just the various sources that I have, and they all seem to agree on this. If you've had the vaccine, it does not stop you from carrying the virus and transmitting it to others. If you actually get the virus and come down with an illness, it will mitigate your illness. Most folks who have been vaccinated don't end up in the hospital and have mild symptoms. So there is protection. The question is how much protection. I don't know the answer to that. The other question we don't know the answer to is how long are these vaccines good for? That's why there's a lot of talk about a booster shot. And if there's a booster shot, for example, Pfizer has been talking about a booster shot, and it will directly attack the Delta variant. It will be engineered to be more effective against the Delta variant. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I know, and I know you said about the polio shot. Everybody lines up to get that, and we don't have an issue with that. If you took off the emergency use on that, you might have one or two more people that'd be willing to get the shot. It's just when you put emergency use only, there's nothing to go back if there's an issue or anything, because you took it as an emergency use.
I agree with you, and I do believe that it's going to reach full use by the end of this month. I think the FDA is at that point now.
You didn't see that. You didn't catch that on Facebook when Biden was giving a speech. He said his plan is to remove that warning in fall. Fall is when he's projecting. He says it's all about.
Well, he doesn't get to remove it though. The CDC does, it's well in it. They've already made the applications and everything, so it's just a matter of time. But you listen. When they do it is a guessing game. I've heard mid-August. I've heard late August. The president said the fall. Who knows?
Well, I would just like three hoppers, and one that tells me certain percentage you're going to get the Delta if you take this one, the other one not so much, and the other one you don't get it at all. That's all as Americans I think we're looking for is which direction do we go? Remove the emergency use, and then tell me which one I'm not going to get the variant from.
Yeah. There's no guarantees. Understand that.
No, I hear you.
All right. Good enough, Mark. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep.
Take care. Bye-bye now. And let's talk to Carl in Saginaw. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Art. You were talking about responsibility a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the president last week had some remarks, and he said that with freedom comes responsibility. And I think those are wise words.
Absolutely, they are. I wish they would act like it. I would wish they act like it.
Well, we all want our freedom, but if you're going to be treated like an adult, then you have to act like an adult. And I hear a lot of people, demanding their freedom, But when it comes to, the responsibility part, not so much.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of people demanding government take care of them. What happened to responsibility?
Yeah. There's
So it
that.
works both
There's
ways.
that.
Works both ways.
Yes. And Art, you were also talking about, people should have the right to choose as far as getting the shot or not. That it affects their body, that they should have the right to choose. So it sounds kind of like you're pro-choice when it comes to something you do with your own body. Would that be?
What I said was you ought to consult your own doctor.
Yes, but
and
you
make
said it's
choices
your
on
own
that.
choice.
Well, it is a choice.
Yes.
It is a choice.
It's your
There's
choice.
no law.
It's your choice.
There's no law that says you have to get a vaccine.
No, but I'm just saying that you're pro-choice on this matter.
So
Would that be a fair statement? Well,
on this matter, yeah. On
when
this matter,
when it comes to your body and what goes into your body or what happens to your body, you think the individual should be in charge of that, not the government.
if you're heading toward an abortion argument, you're way off base.
Why would that be off base, Art? You just said
Because there's another life involved. Because there's a second life involved.
With Art, if you don't get the vaccine, other people's lives are in.
All right, we're going to end this conversation because this argument's going to go no place.
If you don't get the vaccine, you put other people at risk. So if you're pro-choice, then I applaud you for that. So I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you join the club of pro-choice.
Don't
Art.
put words in my mouth.
Thanks, Art. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You talk about a real stretch, a big stretch. That would be it. So I love it. You just never know. You never know. I had a buddy of mine, John, sent me a note that says this goes back to the debt. He says, we won't pay for it. Our great-great-great-grandchildren will. They'll be paying for it. He's right. Well, we're paying for it now because with our taxes, the money for the interest on the debt comes out of our taxes. So we are paying for it now. But as it grows, they're going to be paying more and more down the road. And how much more? Phew, it's scary to think about it. But, I mean, we've all been paying for it. We've been paying for it for a long time. But the bigger the debt gets, the more money has to be spent on the interest. And in normal times, that would be less money that you have to spend on other things. I say normal times because instead the government simply increases the debt. How does it increase it? Because it deficit spends. Remember, within each budget is the deficit. The deficit is the amount of money you spend that you don't have. That gets rolled into the debt. So if you've got a $2 trillion budget and you spend $3 trillion, that's another trillion that goes into the debt. All right, we're going to take our last break, and then we will be back to close out this hour of the Art Lewis Show. Got an inspiring story coming up next hour. Stay tuned.
You can join Wsgw for the annual golf outing at the beautiful Sawmill Golf Course on Tuesday, August 17th. This 4-person scramble is only $50 per golfer or $200 per team, with the chance to win a play at the Full Cat Golf Course and Treetops Resort, including an overnight stay. Go to Wsgw.com and sign up as a single or a team and join the fun at the Sawmill on Tuesday, August 17th. It's called the Winvitational because of all the great prizes you can win. Sponsored by Westside Decorating in Saginaw. Register at Wsgw.com today.
Hey there, it's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with an inside track on a company that could save your family over $800 a year on a basic service everyone needs, H2o Wireless. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, H2o Wireless gives you the exact same coverage as one of those, but at half the price. That's right, H2o Wireless uses the same network, same towers. You can even keep your phone and number because switching is as easy as swapping a SIM card. Right now, get unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 a month. And if you want a new phone, H2o Wireless has huge savings on the latest iPhones and Androids. Here's what you need to do. Pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O. When you do, you'll save 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O, and your family could start saving over $800 a year today.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you'll need is a monocle. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations does not include state local taxes or recycling fees. Advertised sales price may not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends 8/31/21.
All season long, Detroit Tigers baseball is on 790 News Radio WSGW.
Ground ball to short. Zach Short gathers it up, throws to second. Tigers win. Perfect homestand in Detroit to start the second half. A sweep of the Twins, a 4-game sweep of the Rangers.
Tigers baseball, brought to you in part by
Ed Raymond and Sons in downtown Chesaning.
Woolfiles Ace Hardware in Saginaw. Your home for the Tigers is WSGW.
All right, that is going to do it for this first hour. Coming up next hour, an inspiring story of a young man who battled cancer and thought he'd never get to play baseball again. Instead, ends up on an all-star Little League team and goes for a state championship. You want to stick around for that story. First, though, the news from CBS, the local report, and then I'll be back right after the news with Hour 2 of the Art Lewis Show.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the D.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Simone Biles will take the spotlight one last time at the Summer Olympics. Correspondent Steve Futterman is covering the games.
The announcement came a few hours ago. Simone Biles, who has withdrawn from 5 events here in Tokyo, announced she will compete in tomorrow's final women's gymnastics event, the balance beam. One of her teammates, Jade Carey, says she's excited to have Biles back.
Having Simone being back tomorrow is great. I'm really proud of her. She's been through a lot. It's going to be great to see her out there tomorrow.
Carey won gold in floor exercise today. The U.S. women's soccer team lost in the semis to Canada, 1-0. The Delta variant is now responsible for almost all new COVID cases in this country, and infections are up to their highest number since winter. Hospitalizations in Missouri have increased 168%. In the last 2 months, almost all patients are unvaccinated. CBS's Maria Villarreal is in Osage Beach.
At Lake Regional Health System Chief Medical Officer Dr. Harbach Senga says they're fighting their 4th surge.
The ICU is busier than it ever has been. 40% of our inpatient census is COVID.
What does that do to your staff?
We're struggling. It's demoralizing, basically.
A pandemic pause expired over the weekend. Correspondent Steve Kathan.
Without the extension of a federal eviction moratorium, this Maryland mother and millions of other people face uncertainty.
It's scary because then if I'm on the street, where do I go?
University of Arkansas law professor Lynn Foster.
A lot of landlords did already file eviction lawsuits. It's just that they couldn't be carried through to their conclusion because of the moratorium. So there are a lot of cases already in the courts.
Firefighters in Oregon are making progress battling the country's largest wildfire. The bootleg fire is now 84% contained. Spokesman Brad Washa says a cloudy sky and light rain have both helped.
The days to basically really put the hurt to the fire and do a lot of mop-up.
Poor air quality alerts have been posted for Minnesota and Iowa as smoke from western wildfires and Canada blows through the upper Midwest. A controversial comedian is dealing with a serious diagnosis.
My purse turns into like this black hole where the more I dig in and look for something, the deeper it gets, and I can't find it.
Kathy Griffin says she's been diagnosed with stage 1 lung cancer, though she's never smoked. In a Twitter post this morning, she says she'll undergo surgery to have half of her lung removed. She says she's optimistic and should be up and running around as usual in a month or less. The Dow is up 187 points. This is CBS News.
With Indeed Instant Match, just sponsor a post and immediately receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Well, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio, like where this ad plays. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Yes, radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
I'm one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR positive, HER2 negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Sunny skies and around 65 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, Mark Bertram. 2 people are dead and several people are injured after 2 shooting incidents occurred in Saginaw over the weekend. The first took place Saturday around 10:55 p.m. in the 2700 block of Linwood Street. Police say a large party was taking place at the location when unknown suspects fired into a crowd of people. 4 people were struck by gunfire. 44-year-old Demes Lamont Patillo and 26-year-old Tamara Shanil were killed, and 2 other men, ages 26 and 27, were critically injured. All victims were from Saginaw. Following that shooting, a second occurred Sunday around 10:50 a.m. in the 1300 block of Brockway. 1 woman suffered critical injuries, while a man and another woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police do not have any suspect information in either case at this time. Anyone with information is asked to call the Saginaw Police Department or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-JAIL. A young girl died Saturday after drowning in Lake Huron. Police say the 7-year-old from Saginaw was offshore the Tawas Point State Park in Iosco County around 5 p.m. when she drowned. The case is under investigation by the DNR Law Enforcement Division. It's been a controversy in Michigan before, the marking of tires of parked cars, and it's now in courts again. Here's Jim Matthews with this.
A federal appeals court has heard arguments in a challenge to a Michigan city's practice of marking tires to catch people who ignore time limits on parking. Allison Taylor is appealing a decision that went in favor of the city of Saginaw. Her attorney says chalking tires violates the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches. The case made headlines in 2019 when the same appeals court said marking tires could be illegal without a warrant in some circumstances. The court sent the lawsuit back to a federal judge in Michigan, but he eventually ruled against Taylor again. A different regional three-judge panel at the appeals court heard arguments last week. In 2019, a federal court declared the practice as unconstitutional in Michigan and 3 other states. Jim Matthews, Michigan News Network.
WSGW News Time, 10:07.
Small business owners know cutting costs without cutting quality is tough. How do you trim expenses without hurting your business? Easy. Get Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212. Switch to Spectrum Business and you can get the best internet and phone services for half of what you're paying today. Cutting costs can be easy when you get Spectrum Business. Just call 888-489-2212. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. The remains of a mid-Michigan soldier killed in combat during the Korean War will be returned to his hometown for burial after military scientists identified them 7 decades after his death. The remains of U.S. Army Sergeant William Cavender of Leslie were among the more than 55 boxes of remains of U.S. service members North Korea turned over to the U.S. in 2018. The Defense POW MIA accounting agents were identified in May 2020 through mitochondrial DNA analysis. He was 20 when he was reported missing in action in November 1950 after his unit was attacked by enemy forces in North Korea. This past Saturday marked the end of the federal mortgage forbearance program, which has protected homeowners from foreclosures during the pandemic, and a Michigan realtor says he does not anticipate a spike in foreclosures. The numbers are alarming. Over 14% of all FHA mortgages are severely delinquent, which is a higher percentage than the market saw just before the housing crisis in 2008. Michigan realtor Michael Perna with the Perna team says the housing market dynamics are different this time around.
What we now know is the banks are really taking to heart the lessons learned from the last down market. And the number one lesson is they don't want the homes. So where a lot of news stories are reporting, hey, we've got this big wave of foreclosures because of the delinquency rate, the reality is the banks are actually working very hard to not allow that to happen.
Perna says he expects the Metro Detroit real estate market to remain strong in the coming months and the average home price to rise up to $300,000 and hold at that level. WSGW News Time, 10:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. We'll see mostly sunny skies here for today with a high into the mid-70s. Winds out of the northwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low near 55. By Tuesday, sunshine, a high of 81 degrees. And Wednesday, mostly sunny, high around 84. Thursday, plenty of blue skies and sunshine, high of 86 degrees. Then by Friday, partial sunshine, a high around 87. Saturday, we'll have a chance for rain showers. A blend of clouds and sunshine develops, a high around 87 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 67.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of Hour 2 of the Art Lewis Show. Nice to have you with us. We're going to start out with a story of inspiration. I think that's the way I would describe it. We're going to talk to a young man who had to battle to fulfill a dream. And we'll let them introduce themselves this morning, and we'll start with the mom. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
And you are?
Shandrea.
Shandrea, nice to see you. We'll get to the young man in the middle in a moment, and to the right side of my image is the dad. Is that right? Your name is?
Good morning, Brad Gohr.
Brad, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Sandwiched between the two of you with his baseball hat on and his uniform is Jeff. Good morning, Jeff.
Jett.
Jett, I'm sorry. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so let's start with Jett's dreams. You like baseball. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
You love baseball, as a matter of fact, right?
Yeah.
And you've dreamt about playing in Little League and playing baseball for a long time.
Yeah.
So that dream got interrupted. One of you tell us what the interruption was.
Sure. So it all started last summer. Jett was having lots of abdominal pains for months and losing weight, and we went through lots of doctor's appointments, and we couldn't figure out just what was wrong with them until finally we seen a specialist who took a look at him, did some tests, and said this might be lymphoma, and you need to get him to an oncologist. So we did a little research and found out that Cincinnati Children's Hospital was, really #1 for childhood cancers. So we took him straight to Cincinnati, and they started doing tests on him. And about a day and a half in, they came to us and said, "We're glad you're here because Jett has stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and we're gonna start chemo right away and get him better." And that's where our lives really changed, and was put on hold for months while we did get him better. And he since January, we had him there from October until about February 1st, and he's been in remission since January 1st.
Fantastic. So, Jett, I mean, you're going through this as a young man. You want to play baseball.
Yeah.
Did you ever give up the dream of playing baseball when you were going through your cancer treatments?
No.
You didn't. So you went through your cancer treatments. You're in remission. What happens next?
We went to our tournament in states.
Well, you got out of the hospital.
I got out of the
And you joined the team, right?
As soon as I got out of the hospital, we had our tournament, and I hit my first home run.
Whoa! Now, I read somewhere that you were on an all-star team. Is that right?
Yeah.
What position do you play?
Left field and sometimes pitcher and third.
Wow. So versatile, huh?
Yeah, he's quite the utility player.
So, Dad, what did it take to get him back on the field? I mean, you had to have your doubts coming out.
Well, not really, because this kid did not stop moving in the hospital. Thanks to the great PT and OT team down at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. They kind of put a blind to Jett's activities in the hospital. I don't know if we should have said that, but they would take him and play baseball with him in the hallway, and they would, we'd be pitching against him, and he'd be pitching against us in the hallway and hitting the balls off the wall. And we kind of got known for being a little loud and obnoxious in the hallways down at the Children's Hospital. But yeah, as soon as we got out on a Thursday, and he also races snowmobiles, and he raced on a Saturday, and I look at him Sunday and I said, hey, there's a practice. Do you want to go see your team and everything? And of course he's like, yeah, let's go, Dad. And so we kind of showed up a little late. We didn't want to be there right on time. And he walked in, and everybody was just so shocked to see him. And they're like, is that Jett? That's Jett. And we just got right into it. He never really stopped. and we believed we were gonna get out of the hospital, and with the power of the man upstairs and everybody praying for us, we sure did.
I have to ask because obviously baseball takes a certain amount of stamina. Was his stamina right up to 100% when he left the hospital? It would be hard to think.
It's still a work in progress. I think he's right up there now. When he got out, he definitely lost some weight in the transition from going in and coming out. But he didn't slow down much. Like I said, at the hospital, he stayed pretty active, and he had a great mental game in his head that he was going to be fine, and same with us also. So he just got right into it, and I mean, it shone right when he got out of the hospital. We were in an indoor tournament for his travel team, and I think it was his second or third at bat. He cranked one over the fence in an indoor tournament, and it was quite a reward for our whole family and for himself and also.
Jett, what team do you play for?
Midland Explorers in Greater Bay.
Wow. And you love baseball, huh?
Yeah.
Want to make a career out of it?
Yeah.
So, Mom, I want to go back to the problems he was having. Losing weight, pain, what have you. What advice do you give parents when it comes to their children and seeing things that are not what you would consider normal?
I would say just it's so important to get second opinions, trust your gut. And I knew that the whole time it had to be something because, they although they were doing so many tests and telling us that everything was checking out okay, he wasn't getting better. And so I just finally, after a couple ER visits, a few regular pediatrician visits, we asked to see a specialist. So you have to ask, the doctor, if you feel like something's not right, just keep pushing, don't stop until you've got answers.
Well, you obviously, caught it in time at stage 3 rather than moving on to stage 4, which would not have been good. And tell us, you mentioned the Cleveland Children's Hospital. What was it like when you got there?
So Cincinnati Children's Hospital, there's Cleveland and Cincinnati.
That's all right.
That's all right. A lot of people get that confused. So when we got there, all we knew is these biopsies look a little funny and this could be lymphoma. That's what the specialist told us. It was a gastroenterologist who did a colonoscopy on Jett, and he said these biopsies look like they could be lymphoma, get him to an oncologist. So when we took him there, that's kind of all we knew. It could be either a cancer scare or cancer. We were hoping for a cancer scare. And so none of the doctors really gave us their opinion. They just said, hey, we're going to do the whole tests on them. And then, like I said, they didn't let us know what they were thinking really. So it was a day and a half of really like sitting on the oncology floor thinking, what the heck is going on and what kind of news are we going to get here? But they were just the kindest people. They were like family right away. And they were really just, the way they presented it to us was, hey, he's got this cancer, but you're in the right hands. We're so glad you're here. And we're going to do everything we can for Jett. And he's a strong kid. Just looking at him, they, from the moment they met him, they knew he was special. And they said, they gave us pretty good prognosis in their opinion. This, we know how to treat this is what they told us.
I think the warmest feeling is when we found out on a Friday, they suggested us to go to U of M right away. And we kind of had a whole day to digest what was really going on. And we had booked appointments at U of M in Michigan. Before we took him to Cincinnati, we booked him an appointment at Mayo Clinic. And those were both out for the following week. And we're like, a week is a week right now. and we have no time to waste. So we started to really, my wife and I went out to dinner without the kids and really just trying to think about it as adults and parents and where to take him. And so we started doing a little research at the dinner table at the restaurant. And, you know, we found the best place, which was Cincinnati. It was the closest. They were rated number 1 3 years in a row prior to this year. And, you know, so we called them Monday morning at 7:30 and they're like, come on down. We don't even take appointments. Just get here as quick as you can.
They said if there's sick kids, we're going to treat them. So we just drove them there. And then that was history.
We knew right then and there when they told us, you know, no appointment necessary. We did what we had to do, got in the car. I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday. By the time we lined up, you know, grandparents and sitters and stuff in the school, and we got on the road, and we went through the whole diagnosis of everything, and we kind of thought we were going to be there for a couple weeks, and they're like, you're going to be here for a couple months, and we're just like,
all right, I've got to take a break, guys. Hang on, we'll come back and finish up as we continue with this great story. More ahead on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Napa know-how. At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you'll need is a monocle. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. At participating locations does not include state local taxes or recycling fees. Advertised sales price may not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends 8/31/21.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened higher. There's some optimism on the first trading day in August. There's some merger deals and earnings news has been encouraging. Financial technology companies Square and Afterpay are merging. It's an all-stock deal valued at around $29 billion. Engineering firm Meggitt is being sold to Parker Hannifin. And Foot Locker will buy California-based shoe chain WSS and also Atmos, based in Japan. It's paying more than $1 billion for the two businesses. Heineken made a profit in the first half of the year after losing money in the period a year ago, but Heineken is dealing with higher costs and slower sales in Southeast Asia, so it is predicting this year will lag below 2019. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
This year, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is honoring heroes with 200 mortgage-free homes, a never-forget walk, more than 500 miles through 6 states in 42 days, culminating at Ground Zero on 9/11. Of light tributes, names of those lost to 9/11 illness are being read on September 12th, and names of all lost in the War on Terror are being read on Veterans Day. Donate $11 a month at t2t.org.
Hey there, it's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with an inside track on a company that could save your family over $800 a year on a basic service everyone needs, H2o Wireless. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, H2o Wireless gives you the exact same coverage as one of those, but at half the price. That's right. H2o Wireless uses the same network, same towers. You can even keep your phone and number because switching is as easy as swapping a SIM card. Right now, get unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 a month. And if you want a new phone, H2o Wireless has huge savings on the latest iPhones and Androids. Here's what you need to do. Pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O. When you do, you'll save 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O, and your family could start saving over $800 a year today.
Tom Sullivan, weeknights at 7 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, talking to the Gohr family, mom, dad, and the man of the hour, Jett. So you went down to the Cincinnati Children's Hospital. You were there several months. You know, I can't imagine how that impacts a family. What did it do to the family structure during that time?
Well, Jett has two siblings, a little brother and a little sister who are 4 and 5 years old. But everything just gets put on hold when you get a child that's sick. We didn't have a choice. We slept right there in the hospital with him. All those nights me and Brad did with Jett until he was better. So at home, we were just lucky to have an amazing support system within our family. My sister-in-law kind of moved right in and took care of the kids, got them off to daycare every day. Both of our works were very understanding and that we needed that time off to be with Jett. And so, I mean, once we got home, I think, it just, if anything, brought us all closer, you know.
Yeah, that family is what got us through it all.
Yeah. How many visits to the doctor does he have to make now in follow-up?
So it started off, we went back to Cincinnati after a month, and then it was a couple months after that, and then
Every
3 months after that. So we were just there in July. We were just there earlier this month, and they did a CAT scan on him, and pretty much just a clear scan. So he's still in full remission.
Jett, how old are you?
9.
You're 9 years old. Is your baseball season over now?
Yeah, for Greater Bay, yeah.
So talk about the team you were on, because did I not see the word state championship involved?
Yeah, I was on Greater Bay.
And you say that again?
I was on Greater Bay.
Greater Bay. So it's a team that joined Northwest Little League, joined Hampton Little League, and they formed Greater Bay. And then.
So this was like an all-star team.
Yeah.
And tell us about that home run.
That was in travel.
A travel league, but
travel league, yeah. Where were you playing?
We were playing in a dome tournament in Brighton. Right?
Yep.
So do you play other sports?
No.
Just baseball?
Yeah.
Baseball is it, huh?
Yeah.
You follow the Tigers?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda, yeah. Well, what about school? I mean, is it time to go back into the classroom?
I think next month is.
Yeah. So once he got home, we made the choice to put him back into school. We put his mental health first at that point, and said he just wanted to get back to his life. So he did join back in person toward the end of the school year last year and finished out 3rd grade, and now he'll start back in person for 4th grade here at the end of August.
Well, listen, it's an inspiring story, and Jett, we're glad that you're healthy. And congratulations on your home run, and congratulations on the state championship. When you finally get your own baseball card, I want the first one. Thank you very much, Gohr family, for joining us this morning and telling us the story. It's inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye, Jett.
Bye.
Good luck. Bye-bye
Thank you.
now. You're welcome. Bye-bye now. Jett Gohr and his story from cancer to an all-star and 9 years old. It is hard to picture being 9 years old and going through that. It takes a special young man and a special family, and shows the importance of family and support systems, and also acting when you believe there may be a problem and not waiting, getting the treatments and diagnoses and all of those things that you need to do. Precious young man. I'm glad we were able to share the story this morning a little bit here on WSGW. All right, from now until 11 o'clock, open phones. Whatever's on your mind. Saginaw Bay City, 752-6111. Toll free inside the state of Michigan is 866-790 WSGW. Outside the state of Michigan, if you want to call in, 989-752-6111. One other sports note. If you've been following the Olympic saga of Simone Biles, she has withdrawn from every event except one. Tomorrow night, she will participate in the beam exercise. I heard some of the other girls talking about it, and one of the reasons she can participate in the beam as opposed to all of the others is there's a lack of what they call twisties. And apparently, what happens with these twisties is they get in your head, and when you're flying through the air and doing the twists, you tend to lose track of where your body is and how it's going to land, which can be devastating to a gymnast because there's a lot of injuries. The beam has really only one twisty in it, and that's the dismount. The rest of it is different exercises, flips, and what have you. So Simone Biles said she feels good enough to give it another go. This is really, I have mixed emotions about it. I like Simone Biles. I want to see Simone Biles win another gold medal. The other side of that coin is she withdrew from all of these other events. I have to say, in the interest of probably fairness, she probably should have withdrawn, period, from the Olympics. Stayed around to cheer them on, which she did, and she was their leading cheerleader, and I give her a lot of credit for that. But coming back for one event, I'm not sure I favor that. I will tell you this, though. In many ways, Simone Biles is the Tiger Woods of the Olympics. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when Tiger Woods is in a golf tournament, the television audience almost quadruples. And while I don't have exact numbers, I am pretty sure that when Simone Biles performs, the television numbers go way up. And I think the television numbers are down because she was not performing. So I would expect that whenever they televise her beam competition, the television audience will be significant. So I'm sure NBC is cheering the fact that she's going to perform in at least one floor event. We'll take a break, come back, lines open for you, whatever you'd like to chat about. And we got a number of things to bring up after these notes.
It's Mid-Michigan's best entertainment value. The 2021 Saginaw County Fair, August 3rd through the 7th. Pay just one price, just $10 Tuesday through Thursday, $15 Friday and Saturday. Includes admission, rides in the Big Rock Amusements Midway, grandstand shows, and parking. There's plenty of food, Animal Oasis exotic animals, mounted shooting at the horse arena on Wednesday, racing, motocross, the big rodeo on Saturday, and fireworks every night. Check out the Pumpkin Patch Beer Garden, new this year. Saginaw County Fair, a family tradition for more than a century. Pete Road, Chesaning. Find out more at SaginawCountyFair.org.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
You didn't make it where you are today by simply making do. Status quo, not on your farm. You work harder and smarter because numbers mean everything. You demand more from your equipment, greater throughput, leading efficiency, intuitive technology. When your bottom line is the top priority, one brand delivers the numbers you deserve. Brighter Solutions, built by Kloss. From the moment the first seed is in the ground, your days until harvest are numbered. Each day, every decision leads to your bottom line. So when it comes to harvest, rely on the only combine built to deliver the numbers you deserve. The Kloss Lexion gives you the quality, efficiency, reliability, and precision that make every minute count. Go ahead, let the numbers drive you with a Lexion Combine built by Kloss.
Meet Bob Minetti. In 2016, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Bob participated in a clinical trial that included cutting-edge radiation therapy and surgery. He's been in remission since completion. I'm Keisha Sharp. Since losing my mother to pancreatic cancer, I've been working to share the kind of state-of-the-art work being done by Stand Up to Cancer and Lustgarten Foundation. To learn more about the latest research, including clinical trials, visit pancreaticcancercollective.org.
I am metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body. I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
You're in the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW. This weekend, the senators were kept in place by Senator Schumer, the leader. And they finally agreed to an infrastructure package worth about $1 trillion. Included in this infrastructure package, major new investments in a bipartisan package, $110 billion for roads and bridges. And by the way, the package is about $550 billion more than what a regular infrastructure package would be. That brings it up to the $1 trillion. So it's 110 billion for roads and bridges, 39 billion for public transit, 66 billion for rail, 55 billion for water and wastewater infrastructure, billions for airports, ports, broadband internet, and electrical vehicle charging stations. This legislation, just this piece, is broadly popular among lawmakers, both sides. Paying for it, that's a challenge. Now, what they're saying is that they're going to move some of the COVID money that has not been used and there might be some corporate fees, and they expect that it will also develop an increase in the economy, which will pay for it. That part of it, I don't think we've ever seen that totally work out in Congress. They say one thing, and then down the road, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, the question is, will we ever see this as legislation? And here's why I say that. The Senate will, I believe, this is just my gut saying this, undoubtedly pass this within the next probably couple of days, because the Democrats are all on board and there are more than enough Republicans on board, 17, I think at last count, to override any attempts at a filibuster. So this legislation pretty much is assured passage in the Senate. The House becomes the problem. Nancy Pelosi has already said she won't even bring it to the floor unless they also pass the $3.5 trillion I call it a non-infrastructure bill. The president likes to call everything infrastructure. So the family care, daycare, all that stuff, 3.5 times the size of the infrastructure bill that actually fixes things. She's already said she won't even bring it to the floor if they don't pass it. Now, the reason there's a separate infrastructure bill is they never could have gotten a big bill through at $4.5 trillion that included everything. And everybody knew it. It wasn't going to happen. So they separated out the hard infrastructure, roads, bridges, the things we think of as infrastructure, and took all the family stuff and put it into a separate package. And there are Democrats in the Senate who do not favor that package because of its cost. So the chances of that package actually passing the Senate are pretty slim. So what happens to the infrastructure bill that everybody wants? Both parties, for a long time, have wanted infrastructure. The American public wants infrastructure. The American public deserves to know their roads are in good shape, their bridges aren't going to fall under them, the water they drink is clean, and their water delivery system is solid. And even the newest thing in infrastructure, broadband access. We found out how important that was during this pandemic, because those living in rural areas that didn't have good broadband had a difficult time with education, getting information, things of that nature. So broadband is a new infrastructure component. Rails, transportation, all of that good stuff. Most everybody favors that. But there's a lot of dissension on the other side of it, where you start calling childcare infrastructure and you start calling all of these welfare type programs infrastructure. And when you have a couple of Democrat senators who say they wouldn't vote for it right now, it's going nowhere. So will Nancy Pelosi deny the American public an upgrade in our hard, fast infrastructure? I think it's going to depend on the pressure put on her from within her party. And it may just be that the moderates will find their voice and push Pelosi to pass the infrastructure package. The far left, the AOCs of the world, are going to push her to not pass the infrastructure until they get what they want, which is $3.5 trillion in expenditure over and above. But I think there may be enough push from within the House that she may be forced to bring it to the floor at some point. It's a gut feeling. I don't know for sure. We'll have to wait and find out. Take a break. Be back with more. It's the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Lines open for you if you'd like to give us a call.
Perfect. Hey, golfers, this is Dan Pohl, and I know your golf games aren't always perfect, and that's okay. But if you want the perfect golf experience, then come see us here at the Polecat. Don't wait. Go to polecat.net or give the Pro Shop a call. Remember, if your golf games can't be perfect, your experience can.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. I love what you've done to your kitchen. Thanks. We did new countertops and a new sink and faucet. Oh, it looks great. Did you do all the work yourself? Oh, no. We worked with the remodeling department at Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. They helped us select the right choice for us from their wide selection of countertop material, and we love it. We shopped around, too. Reamer had the best selection and the best pricing. So, well, since we love our new kitchen, we plan to do the bathroom next. Oh, wow. This time, we'll go straight to Reamer. You should see all the new things they have for the bathroom.
Visit the showroom at Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to see countertop displays of Cambria quartz and Corian, kitchen sinks made of Corian, stainless steel, quartz, swanstone, and cast iron, plus a large display of kitchen faucets from several manufacturers. One is perfect for your lifestyle and budget. Shop local. Shop Reamer. Go to reamerplumbing.com.
Any way you spell it, Reamer means quality.
Can you name the 3 habits of healthy hygiene? We shower, we brush our teeth, and we... Wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. To flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Your home for Detroit Tigers baseball is WSGW. Cabrera.
Jumping up to grab it, Cabrera down to second, one short, 3 to the first. Got him! Beautiful! The big man did it. Swinging a fly ball to right. Way back! Gone! Ha-ha! 2-homer game. Put another number up on the countdown clock. 497 for Miguel.
Tigers baseball brought to you in part by Lingle Equipment Company, DCECU. The Tigers play on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW on this Monday morning, August 2nd. Wow, already into August. Amazing. Summer just flies by as it does every year. 3 different headlines regarding COVID. Listen to these now. GOP lawmaker who once spurned masks urges public to take COVID-19 seriously after an 8-month illness. He had it bad. That's one headline. Second headline from The Hill. That, by the way, was from the Washington Post. The Hill. New mask guidelines trigger backlash. From the Detroit Free Press. COVID-19 Delta variant vaccine mandates and masks, answering your biggest questions. What are those questions? Is the Delta variant a big deal? How effective are COVID-19 vaccines against the Delta variant? Can vaccinated people spread the Delta variant? How will I know if there's a higher substantial rate of transmission where I live? What other workplaces have mandated COVID-19 vaccines? Could mine? What hospitals in Michigan have mandated vaccines? And it goes on and on and on. We have an interest in COVID-19, obviously, because none of us want to get sick. But because of the way the government's handled it, and because of social media, and because of misinformation and what have you, there's a variety of opinions as to whether or not vaccines protect us, masks protect us, what kinds of masks protect us, emergency use, is the vaccine safe? It was rushed to the market, all of those things. Well, let's start with the rush to the market, because it wasn't. Messenger RNA vaccines, like the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine, have been in the works for years and years and years. So all they had to do was take what's already developed, put the right protocols into it that relate to COVID-19, and they were set to go. That's why we had that vaccine in record time. And the studies were done, and the FDA saw enough. The FDA and the CDC saw enough positive results to say, okay, we're going to give you emergency use. I would expect that sometime in the very near future, we will have permanent use, regular use certification for these vaccines, because they've more than proven themselves. Now, I know there's going to be those people who will point to individuals who have had reaction and say they're unsafe. Those reactions are infinitesimal when measured against the 160 plus million people that have already had the vaccine, and more getting it now every day. Because what's happened in those areas where they were anti-vaxxing, all of a sudden the Delta variant has taken hold in those states, particularly Texas, Florida, and Missouri, and people are coming out of the woodwork to get vaccines. So it's quite possible, if there's any silver lining in this new variant, it's the fact that the vaccine rate is going to go way up. This one Tennessee Republican lawmaker, State Representative David Byrd, a Republican in Tennessee, he was an anti-masker, and he went from an unmasked gathering with fellow legislators to being placed on a ventilator days later, and spent almost 8 months recovering from COVID-19. He finally said, "It is a disease that wants to kill us." And he described his ordeal of 55 days on a ventilator, ravaged his memory, his muscles, his organs, and led him to having a liver transplant in June. He is now a supporter of masks and a supporter of vaccines. So take it for what it's worth. Anyway, let's take our last break, and we'll be back to close out this edition of the Art Lewis Show.
while you're comfortable inside your home or business. The weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a Roof Max shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money. Guaranteed with Roof Max, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Can you name the 3 habits of healthy hygiene? We shower, we brush our teeth, and we... Wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. Navage uses powered suction to flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy.
WSGW for the annual golf outing at the beautiful Sawmill Golf Course on Tuesday, August 17th. This 4-person scramble is only $50 per golfer or $200 per team, with the chance to win a play at the Full Cat Golf Course and Treetops Resort, including an overnight stay. Go to WSGW.com and sign up as a single or a team and join the fun at the Sawmill on Tuesday, August 17th. It's called the Winvitational because of all the great prizes you can win. Sponsored by Westside Decorating in Saginaw. Register at WSGW.com today.
Sean Hannity, weekdays at 3 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
Well, that hour flew by. Thanks to the Gohr family for joining us earlier with Jett Gohr's story. The 9-year-old battled cancer and went on to be a Little League champion. Appreciate that. Coming up on Focus, we're going to look at Rocket Grab Plus, tell you about some of the great deals available for you if you sign up for Rocket Grab Plus. That will happen next hour. Meantime, news coming up at the top of the hour. CBS will provide you with the national and international report. We'll have the local news, which will feature news from the Great Lakes Bay region and the state of Michigan. And then I will return on Focus. All ahead here on WSGW. Talk to you after the news.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth.
I'm Steve Kathan, the Olympic headliner who's gotten attention and backing for not participating in Tokyo, now wants a chance at a gold medal.
She will compete. Simone Biles says she will take part in the final event in women's gymnastics here in Tokyo, the balance beam. Biles had declined to take part in several recent events, including the women's all-around, vault, and uneven bars. Olympic historian David Wolochinsky welcomes the decision.
I think that she wants to be part of the Olympics despite everything that she's gone through.
The spotlight will be on her more than ever tomorrow. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Summer Olympics in Tokyo.
Biles' teammate Jade Carey won gold in the floor exercise. CBS's Jamie Yukas has the latest on an international incident at the Games.
Belarusian sprinter Kristina Szymanowskaja walked into Poland's embassy in Tokyo this morning, where she is now seeking asylum. She says members of the Belarusian Olympic team tried to remove her from Tokyo after she publicly criticized her coaches for making her run a relay, despite having never raced the event before.
With COVID case numbers and deaths headed in the wrong direction in this country, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is issuing a new call.
Private businesses, I am asking them and suggesting to them
go to vaccine-only admission.
He says the state might end up mandating vaccinations for healthcare workers and teachers. In Missouri, Kansas City burger shop owner Jeff Edmondson is doing it in a state where the vaccine.
Now we've got a lot of people, mostly who would be considered right-wingers, that are wishing us to go out of business because of this decision, saying we're stopping under constitutional right.
There could be Senate action before week's end on a $1 trillion infrastructure bill. West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin on the heavy lifting.
It's something that every administration for the past 4 to 5 administrations knew had to be done, and they didn't, because this is hard. It's not easy.
CBS's Chris Van Cleve has had a look at the fine print.
On page 1037 of the massive bipartisan Senate infrastructure bill is legislation prompted by our 6-year CBS News investigation into the strength standard in vehicle seats. This section requires the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to propose regulation changes that will address this decades-old standard. The standard was created in the 1960s and hasn't really changed.
On social media, comedian Kathy Griffin says she'll have cancer surgery to remove part of her left lung. Wall Street in the early going on this Monday. The Dow is up 118 and the NASDAQ is ahead 76 points. This is CBS News.
Facet Wealth, personalized and affordable financial planning for every American. No wealth or asset minimums. Quality financial advice for every stage of your life.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Come on, come in, let the fun begin.
At MichiganLottery.com, the one place you'll find exclusive games like Queen of Diamonds and Michigan Cash Draw, plus Powerball and Mega Millions that can reach $1 billion. Cash out online or at your favorite store. And all proceeds support Michigan schools and businesses. Get 100% match on your first deposit. Plus free games. Sign up with promo code RADIO. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
So play on, Michigan, 'cause we all win.
If you're attacked by a bear, a dog will throw himself into the mouth of the bear to save you. Dogs are dogs. They pour out their love onto you. Before long, you can't live without them. I have a chocolate cocker spaniel named Lady and a blackmouth cur. He's about 120 pounds, and his name is Arlo. My little cocker, her coat's as soft as a stuffed animal. They're both real soft coats, and my dogs don't have any health problems because they're eating what they need to eat.
DINOVITE.com.
Dynavite is like pouring a multivitamin right onto their food.
The omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa, the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
We'll be scooping our Dynavite onto the food, then squirting the liquor chops and the fish oil. They start salivating.
Dynavite is nutrition.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
It's a lot of responsibility owning a dog. I get my Dynavite at DINOVITE.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is WSGW News.
Sunny skies and 68 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Michael Kershaw. Police in Saginaw are investigating 2 shootings from this past weekend that killed 2 people and injured several others. The first occurred Saturday around 10:55 p.m. in the 2700 block of Linwood. A large party was taking place when unknown suspects opened fire on a crowd of people. 2 men, ages 26 and 27, were critically injured, while 44-year-old Demes Lamont Patillo and 26-year-old Tamara Shamil were killed. 12 hours later, Sunday morning at 10:50, a second shooting took place in the 1300 block of Brockway. A man and a woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries, while the second woman was critically injured. Police currently have no suspect information in either incident and are asking the public's help. Anyone with information about either shooting can call the Saginaw Police at 1-800-422-JAIL. The Shiawassee County Commissioner has resigned as chairman after a failed attempt to award COVID-19 relief money to himself and other elected officials. Jeremy Root's resignation letter was read during a special board meeting yesterday where more than 200 residents were in attendance. The commission voted last month to give county workers hazard pay from the American Rescue Plan. Root received the maximum pay at $25,000, while other commissioners received either $5,000 or $10,000. Lower-level employees were given as little as $1,000. First-time Commissioner Gregory Brodeur was appointed as the new chairman. Federal Appeals Court has heard arguments in a challenge to Saginaw's practice of marking tires to catch people who ignore time limits on parking. Allison Taylor is appealing a decision that went in favor of the city. Her attorney argues chalking tires violates the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches. The case made headlines in 2019 when the same appeals court said marking tires could be illegal without a warrant in some circumstances. The court sent a lawsuit back to a federal judge in Michigan, but he eventually ruled against Taylor. A different three-judge panel at the appeals court heard arguments on Thursday. WSGW News Time 11:07.
Can you name the 3 habits of healthy hygiene? We shower, we brush our teeth, and we... Wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. Navage uses powered suction to flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. And 7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
WSGW News Time 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. This could happen anywhere in Michigan. Scary situations on Detroit freeways with 2 crashes involving drivers going the wrong way in the past 2 days. Here's Sandra McNeil with this report.
State police say the at-fault driver was traveling in the southbound lanes north of 94 when he hit another vehicle head-on. Person in the other car taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, but police say that at-fault driver was critically hurt. Investigators are now working to determine how that person got on the freeway the wrong way and whether alcohol may have been involved. This comes a little more than 24 hours after another wrong-way driver crash along I-96. Police say the driver in that accident struck a motorcycle, seriously injuring the driver and killing his woman passenger on the back. 33-year-old man under arrest. Charges are pending. They do believe alcohol was a factor and has previous alcohol-related convictions.
The Queen of Soul's handprints unveiled Sunday outside the Detroit Historical Museum ahead of the release of a new film on Aretha Franklin's life and career. The movie's director, along with its star, singer-actress Jennifer Hudson, joined members of the Franklin family for the event. The unveiling on Legends Plaza coincided with the opening of a new temporary museum exhibit on the legendary singer. The Historical Society says Franklin cast her handprints in concrete for the installation on the plaza in 2017 at a celebration at the Detroit Music Hall. They're being placed on permanent display in conjunction with the upcoming release of the film Respect. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. We'll see mostly sunny skies here for today with a high into the mid-70s. Winds 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low near 55. By Tuesday, sunshine, high of 81 degrees. And Wednesday, mostly sunny, high around 84. Thursday, plenty of blue skies and sunshine, high of 86 degrees. Then by Friday, partial sunshine, high around 87. Saturday, we'll have a chance for rain showers. A blend of clouds and sunshine develops, a high around 87 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 66.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
And welcome to another edition of Focus here on WSGW. I'm Art Lewis, and we're going to focus today on RocketGrabPlus.com. For those of you not familiar, we'll fill you in. We used to have a program called Rocket Grab. That went away, and the new program was Rocket Grab Plus. If you were signed up for Rocket Grab, you would have had to re-sign up for Rocket Grab Plus. And it's real easy to do. You go to Rocket Grab Plus, P-L-U-S, RocketGrabPlus.com, and fill out the basic required information. It costs you absolutely nothing, and there is no obligation. You're not obligated to buy anything. But every week you'll get notification of great deals that save you at least 50%, as we're going to show you now. And that's all you do. You decide whether you want to buy them or not. If you want to buy them, you do so. Pay with your credit card, download it. It's easy. No contact. You don't have to go anywhere to pick up a certificate. It's all done on your computer. And it really is quite easy. Now, there are some fabulous deals, and I'm going to show you some now. I'm going to tell you about the one that is the most current deal right now. And it is the River Rock Summer Festival, taking place from now through October 31st. This is a $30 gift certificate, yours for only $15, to the River Rock Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, all three ways they have you covered. All-day favorite restaurant with 20 craft beers on tap. Families are welcome. Daily specials. They're open 5 days a week. And you can print this out and enjoy yourself at the River Rock Cafe Summer Festival for only $15, half price. That's the way it works. That's the way Rocket Grab Plus works. You golf? Well, how about golf at the Polecat? It's $156 value for $78. In other words, two people will play for the price of one. Golf for two with a cart at the Polecat Golf Course, $78. With this deal, you'll receive golf for two, including your cart, normally $156 value. Polecat, located in the heart of Michigan, a championship-style course played over and around the scenic 100-foot-wide Chippewa River. The course was designed by former PGA Tour pro and Mount Pleasant native Dan Pohl, and many, many times he's there on site. He loves to talk to you. Plenty of similarities between the great PGA Tour courses Dan played and the tough but fair design of the Polecat. I've played it. It is a magnificent golf course, and that's a great price. $78 for two to play the Polecat. All right, you hungry? Here's Fat Matt's Barbecue Gift Certificate, and boy, is this good stuff. Fat Matt's is that truck and trailer you've seen around in many places. A $20 gift certificate for only $10 for Fat Matt's Barbecue. You'll find Fat Matt's Barbecue at various locations this summer, or you can book them for a private party or event. And check them out for some delicious ribs, pulled pork, beef brisket, and of course, something they're famous for, the mac and cheese parfait. And this certificate is good through July 8th of 2022. So it gives you a year to use it. It's a $20 certificate for only $10 to Fat Matt's Barbecue. Really good stuff. We're going to take a break. We've got lots more Rocket Grab deals to tell you about. Let me ask how you slept last night, because you know in today's world we're asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed, and theoretically you spend a third of your life there, you need quality sleep. You can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. You can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you are using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your dollars are spent and they stay right here in our local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And by the way, they feature 1-hour window delivery of your mattress to your home, so you don't have to wait around all day for them. If you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will do something the big box stores can't do. They will custom make a mattress to your exact size. You visit them. Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport, or visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com, or call 753-1757. Sanitary Mattress. We'll be back with more Rocket Grab Plus on Focus after this.
For over 40 years, Region 7 Area Agency on Aging has focused on helping our citizens and providing them with a wide range of free services, from helping you find the right drug plan to helping your loved ones get innovative care at home with access to in-home medical care, medical transportation, and so much more. Call the Region 7 Area Agency on Aging today at 800-858-1637 or visit us online at region7aaa.org.
Can you name the 3 habits of healthy hygiene? We shower, we brush our teeth, and we... Wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation an easy habit for everyone. Navage uses powered suction to flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
So here's what we're going to do.
The Ramsey Show.
If you want to be a millionaire, you need to learn what millionaires do and do what they do. You have to think through this stuff.
The Ramsey Show. Weeknights at 10 on WSGW. From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you as we take a look at RocketGrabPlus.com. We have a number of deals from the Hampton Boutique. Here is a Versus Spa Spray Tan, a $35 value for only $17.50. Infrared Sauna, $15 value for only $7.50. A KBL Level 6 Tanner, a $33 value for only $16.50, and a Hamptons Boutique $20 gift certificate for only $10. Here's a couple of rounds of golf for you. A couple of rounds of golf, a $70 value for only $35 at the Pine River Golf Club. Pine River Golf Club is under new ownership, has a beautiful 18-hole course and fabulous pizza. You can check them out, learn more, and follow them on Facebook and stay up to date. Pine River Golf Club, and this certificate is good until next July, so you can use it this year or next season. Again, it's 2 rounds of golf, $70 value, only $35. You save 50%. Here is a really unique item. I think I'd love to try this. This is a $100 value. It costs you $50 for an 8-week beginner's class of fencing lessons from the Bay Regional Fencing Alliance. Their new location at 8390 Midland Road in Freeland. And with this deal, you can learn Olympic-style fencing. The deal is for an 8-week-long beginner's class, which takes place on Thursdays, with the first Thursday happening in September of this year. And for more information, you can check out their Facebook page. This certificate is good through October of this year, but again, the classes start in September. It's a $100 package for only $50 for the 8-week beginner's classes of fencing lessons from the Bay Regional Fencing Alliance located in Freeland. Boy, it sounds interesting. I like watching fencing. Joyce's Purple Palette is a $25 certificate for only $12.50. King's Kitchen, a gift certificate to the King's Kitchen in Saginaw, $25 certificate for only $12.50. Kingfish and More certificate, $25, make that $20 for only $10. And here's one of my favorites. 4 hot dogs from Woody's Hot Dogs in Saginaw. It's a $10 value for only $5. I've had his hot dogs. They are fabulous because aside from the fact that Woody is a veteran, it's veteran owned and operated. All Michigan-made products, Kogel's, Hamilton Bakery buns, Better Made chips, Faygo, and Houseback pickles. They cater, and they have pizza coming soon, and they're open from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday to Friday, year-round. And this certificate is good through August of this year. 4 hot dogs from Woody's, a $10 value for only $5. So there you go. Those are some of the things waiting for you on RocketGrabPlus.com. That's RocketGrabPlus, you spell it out, PLUS.com. Sign up, get notified of all these great deals, and you'll be pleased at how much money you're going to save. Well, that'll do it for Focus today. We'll be back tomorrow from the Saginaw Fair tomorrow, by the way. Also, I want to go back to my show just for a minute when we talked to Jett Gohr up front. We had a whole bunch of messages saying, go Jett and hi Jett and congratulations. I mean, we got a whole bunch of them from a whole bunch of people who thought it was a great story. And we want to follow Jett and see how he does in the future. We'll be back with the market report after these notes.
Get huge savings with fuel rewards every time you fill up at one of your 26 area Forward Shell convenience stores. Get at least 5 cents off a gallon every single fill up and earn even more when you make purchases in store. You can regularly save 10, 20, even 30 cents off a gallon, which means less money goes into your tank and more stays into your wallet. Visit fuelrewards.com to sign up and start saving today. That's Fuel Rewards at your area Forward Shell. Remember, when you want to pay less at the pump, go forward.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a RoofMax shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money, guaranteed with RoofMax, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb. All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs. Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here to give you the killer deals that you need. You can get tons of deals going on right now from Fat Matt's Barbecue, Joyce's Purple Palette, Kitchen Kings, Cafe 1-3, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, the Pine River Golf Course, Beer Garden, the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon, and the Bay Regional Fencing Alliance. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. I'm one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body. I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show.
Split the difference. Vaccination ID to vote. Or is that Jim Crovid?
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW. Tom Sullivan.
Why am I complaining about Joe Biden and the deficit?
All right, that's going to do it for Focus for today. We thank you for joining us. We're waiting to hear from Steve Anderson for the market reports, and you're there. Well, good.
I am.
Hi, Steve.
Hello there. How are you, young man?
I'm fine. They just didn't put it up. I didn't know you were there. Anyway.
Yeah.
How are the markets?
In the back door.
Yeah. How are the markets starting the week and the month, for that matter?
Well, not too bad at all. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average ahead by 133 points, putting it at 35,068. Volume 272 million shares. NASDAQ is ahead by 91, putting it at 14,764. Volume there is 299 million shares.
And the ticker tip?
My ticker tip today is, when you review your account, I know I mentioned this probably halfway recently, but it bears repeating. Make sure that you include everything in your review. Don't just grab one account statement and review solely that. You want to determine what your complete financial outlook is right now. Include your annuities and your life insurance contracts, because sometimes there's a need to make some adjustments in those, and always double check your beneficiaries. You're probably getting tired of hearing me say that, but it's a topic that comes up around here rather regularly, so be careful. Check those beneficiaries, and when you review, and now it's the end of the month, so might not be a bad time, or at least when your statements start coming in, to take a look and see what's going on under the hood, not just the big number.
And get a little help from you. How do they do that?
Well, you can call us right here at Baird & Company, where the telephone number is 790-5724, or you can find us on the web at RW Baird, that's BAIRD.com, and look for the Saginaw branch.
All right, Steve, have a great day. We'll talk to you down the road.
Okay, looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Steve Anderson and the ticker tip for the day. Stick around for Terry Henney's Farm Show. It'll be along next.
Do you know what interest rates you're paying on your credit cards? If you knew, you'd probably be shocked. Many Americans are paying ridiculous amounts of money in interest alone. Money you could keep. How? With a special low-interest credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream. Now with a special radio listener discount, available only at lightstream.com/news. You can pay off all your high-interest credit card debt with monthly payments at rates as low as .com/NEWS, lightstream.com/news.
Subject to credit approval. Rates with this discount range from 5.83% APR to 19.99% APR. It includes 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/news for more information.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you'll need is a monocle. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, does not include state local taxes or recycling fees. Advertised sales price may not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends 8/31/21.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Hey there, it's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with an inside track on a company that could save your family over $800 a year on a basic service everyone needs, H2o Wireless. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, H2o Wireless gives you the exact same coverage as one of those, but at half the price. That's right. H2o Wireless uses the same network, same towers. You can even keep your phone and number because switching is as easy as swapping a SIM card. Right now, get unlimited talk, text, and 15 gigs of data for just $36 a month. And if you want a new phone, H2o Wireless has huge savings on the latest iPhones and Androids. Here's what you need to do. Pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O. When you do, you'll save 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250 and say keyword Get H2O, and your family could start saving over $800 a year today.
The Wall Street Journal reported that U.S. inflation is the highest in 13 years as prices just surged 5% in May alone. Higher prices for food, fuel, housing. Inflation isn't just coming, it's here. This is Dinesh D'Souza for Birch Gold Group. Into precious metals, you're leaving your savings exposed. Birch Gold Group is who I trust to help you protect your IRA or 401k with gold and silver. Through a little-known tax loophole, you can convert your retirement savings tied to the stock market into an IRA backed by precious metals. It's your hedge against inflation. You can even buy physical gold delivered to your door. With thousands of satisfied customers, an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, and countless 5-star reviews, Birch Gold can help you protect your savings against inflation. Get a free information kit by texting the word PROTECT to 989898. Again, text PROTECT to 989898 to get your free information kit today.
Now, the only locally produced farm radio show.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Having a good day back at Radio Center. After a very busy week last week, we'll be out on the road again as we go through the week. This week, we'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go through the program today. But I tell you, today would be a really nice day to be out, and hopefully you are. 70 degrees with mostly sunny skies. We're looking at a northwest breeze right around 8 miles per hour. 30.16 and rising is the barometric pressure. By the time the day is all done, we'll be approaching 80 degrees, probably about 78, 79. Some of you will hit 80. Not all that deep of a hole overnight as far as a low temperature, although we were in the middle 50s, and it looks as though we're once again going to be in that middle 50-degree range this evening. 30.18 and steady, as we said, is the barometric pressure. We have a high pressure system over Wisconsin, and that high is just not going anywhere for the next 3-4 days at least, until maybe we get into the weekend, and then we're going to begin to see it drift a little bit further along the Ohio River to the south of us, which will usher in not only warmer temperatures, but a little bit more in the way of humidity. And we all know what happens when those two get together. Higher temperatures, higher humidity, that threat of some shower activity. And it does appear long range. Once we get into this upcoming weekend, and more specifically next week, we are going to be looking at our precipitation pattern to change just a little bit more active, and temperatures also quite active in that we will be looking at 90-degree temperatures more than likely next week. What did we have over the weekend? A real Dutch treat. We had some humidity. We had some mild temperatures, and then things got a little bit chilly. Yesterday, it actually was kind of cold if you were out in that wind, and we did have some north winds gusting to better than 30 miles per hour yesterday. And because of that, we did have that temperature variance with the warmer water and the cooler air. That's what generated what appeared to be some lake effect type shower activity, spotty. Some of you picking up nothing, others of you maybe a trace, maybe a tenth of an inch, and others of you getting rained on pretty good, 1/4 of an inch, 4/10 of an inch, not out of the question yesterday especially. But for the most part, the majority of the state, better than 85%, picked up absolutely nothing over the last 24 to 36 hours. We're not looking for anything in the way of precipitation today. Mostly sunny skies, as I said, about 78 degrees. Clear skies tonight, 55. Sun will set this evening at 8:57. If you notice, we're not at 9 o'clock or later anymore as far as sunset goes. So we've crossed that threshold. And yeah, the days, you can tell, the days are really getting shorter. Sunrise tomorrow morning will be at 6:28. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, we'll warm up a little bit more. Partly sunny skies, 80 degrees for a high, 57 for a low tomorrow. We are going to be looking at a west breeze late tonight, about 5, 6, 7 miles per hour. Pick up a little bit tomorrow, maybe 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tomorrow night. Looking at 58 for a low with a light southwest breeze that'll continue into the day on Wednesday. Sunshine on Wednesday, 82, 83, 84, not out of the question on Thursday. Warm up a little bit more, mostly sunny skies. 86 for a high on Thursday. Our low on Thursday night with a few clouds around will be right around 66, 67. Then on Friday, partly cloudy skies, 86 for a high, 66 for a low. Saturday, once again, we'll be looking at 86, 87. If we don't hit 90 degrees on Saturday, we will on Sunday. And along with that will come an increase in the humidity. Later Saturday afternoon and into the evening hours, there's going to be a spotty chance of a shower around. That's what it looks like right now. And that chance of spotty showers will continue into the day on Sunday. Sunday with 90 degrees. Once again, there will be a chance of some precipitation. So as we said before, temperatures are really going to start to climb as we approach and get into the upcoming weekend. The probabilities of precipitation, not all that great next weekend, but moving into the work week following that, we're looking at the 9th, 10th, and so on. We are looking for the probability of precipitation to really pick up, not only in chances, but also in coverage. Normal high for this time of the year is 81. The average low is 61. Record high in this state, 98, set back in 1955. The record low, 44, set in 1920, and tied in 1927. And a year ago on this day, our high was 77, our low was 65, and we picked up just under an inch of rain. Incidentally, the month of July, what's average for this time of the year for a July is a little bit better than 2.8 inches of rain. We picked up altogether the end of July out at MBS International Airport. We picked up 4 1/3 inches of rain. So July was quite a bit wetter than average. Yearly precipitation tallies as of the end of July should be right around 17 1/4 inches. We finished July this year with 15 1/10 inches of rain. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We're going to take a look at the markets here in just a minute with Gary Kaufman at Star of the West. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. If you're looking to sweeten up your future, Marabou Seed is looking for independent sales agents to introduce sugar beet seed to Michigan growers. Send a note to marabou.applicant@marabouseed.com, or you can call 541-657-8402. Marabou has been a worldwide powerhouse in premium sugar beet seed for more than a century. After great showings in the OVTs last couple of years, Marabou is coming on full force in Michigan. If you'd like to join a group of highly motivated agents to spread the word in this area, call Marabou at 541-657-8402 or email marabou.applicant@marabouseed.com. Check out more about Marabou at marabou.com. They're looking forward to hearing from you. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman. Gary, the last time I looked, wheat was off and running. What's going on today?
Oh, yes, it is, Terry. Actually, the corn and the beans kind of turned to the positive as well. But the continued news in the wheat arena is, the International Grains Council came out on Friday and had some updated on world production numbers and some, it's just that they're declining all over and tightening. High protein supplies are limited as well. But they came out on Friday and they were looking at, they lowered the U.S. wheat outlook from 47.5 million metric ton. That was off about 3.6 million metric ton and from the previous outlook. And then Canadian wheat was lowered as well and about 3.8 million metric ton. They raised the European Union wheat production, but they're having some quality issues over there. And they also lowered the Russian wheat production forecast too from 70 to 78.5 from 81.5 million metric tons. So all those things are leading to a stronger wheat arena. Of course, we had the spring wheat tour last week, and we all heard what those values, the numbers were. They were pretty dismal, and I think it was 29.1 bushel per acre yield estimates out there. And Compared to a 5-year average of 43.6, the spring wheat crop was decimated out west too. So all those things giving us a positive board here this morning, Terry. So currently, we got cash wheat up 21 cents. That puts the white at 6.90 and the red at 6.55. New crop is up 16, Terry, at 7.12 on the white, 6.52 on the red. We can call cash corn up 10 at 6.15. New crop also up 10 at 5.05. Cash soybeans up 4 at 13.43, and new crop also up 4 at 12.88.
It looks like the precipitation is going to pick up a little bit in the northern plains, but I got a funny feeling it's really late for anything to happen there.
Oh, yeah, it's too late in the game for sure. So, yeah, weather forecast will be a key market driven, as well as, we see some cooler temperatures, and we're trying to determine who got rain, who didn't get rain over the weekend. So apparently some areas didn't get rain. And of course, we're in a new month, and so we had some profit taking last Friday. But they also look at demand from China. We don't see anything on the books right now for China to pick up any beans or corn here this week right now. So
all right, Gary, thank you.
All right, Terry.
You have a great day. Okay.
I will. You do the same.
You bet. Let's take a look and see what's going on the Board of Trade as well as the Mercantile Exchange. The market's brought to you today by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. If you're looking for a new Ram commercial truck, get it from a dealer that's been around since 1852. Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth knows trucks. So buy with confidence from a dealer where family and service sells cars. They are the Great Lakes Bay Area's certified ag dealer. That's Schaefer and Beerline. And also by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. You're supplying the food for an event coming up. There's plenty of events going on. And if you got to supply the food for one of them, let's make it easy. 989-894-5531. Krizak's House Family Restaurant. Yeah, they're a great place to eat at, too. Corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. As Gary said, the wheat is taking off here pretty good. September contract is right now up 21 3/4. That makes it 7 1/4.5. December contract is at 7.35. That is up 22. September corn up 9 1/4, 5.56 1/4. December is at 5.56. That's up 10 3/4. And soybeans on the August contract up 42. That would make it 14.19. The September contract is up 1 1/4 at 13.56. Beef complex, pork complex, both trading to the positive side. And right now, crude oil on the September contract is down 292.5. That would make it 71.2.5. Along with me, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, what's going on?
Terry, it's time for the Japanese beetle.
No.
Yes, it is. Japanese beetles are grubs in your lawn during the spring and fall seasons, but right now they're adults. And unlike most other grubs in your lawn, they will feed on your plant material. There's about 300 different plants they'll feed on. So what they do is they cause a skeletonizing. They'll eat all the tissue between the veins in the leaf, and then they'll leave those veins there. And with enough of them, they can devastate your plantings. So they're hard to control as adults. You can spray them, but they seem to come back readily. So they're hard. Watch out for them. They're a metallic, greenish, brownish. They're actually a pretty little beetle, maybe a 1/4 inch long or so, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch long, and they're out and they're at them. So they hatch starting in late June, and they're done by mid-August, but most of them are all out in the middle of July. So if you're seeing those beetles out there, again, if you have 1 or 2, don't worry about it. But if they're starting to eat your plants stem to stern, then you might want to be a little careful.
All right. Good advice. What do we treat them with, Jerry?
7 works really well. It's a good old insecticide. A lot of things will control them. They're not that hard to control, but most insect sprays that you have for your trees and shrubs will take care of that. But 7 is very good, very effective.
All right. Jerry, thank you. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Eric Sawatsky in a moment.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitchener Lighting, Flooring from Flooring America, fireplace doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Well, the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts want to remind you that the Thumb Area Old Engine and Tractor Association is going to be going on August the 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Tuscola County Fairgrounds. So check it out. And on Saturday, August the 14th, there's going to be a farm toy show and sale going on. For more information, just go to carotractorshow.com. Steiner Tractor Parts, new parts for old tractors, 800-234-3280, or go to their website, steinertractor.com. We say good morning to Eric Sawatsky at Yo & Yo Accounting. Eric, let's talk a little bit about startup costs and purchases here for the first year in small businesses.
Yeah, Terry, I've had a few questions about that lately, and this would apply if you're starting a brand new business or even if it's just an additional entity related to an existing business. But in that first year that you actually are generating a little income, you're going to probably have a lot of expenses to start the business up. It could be legal fees, supplies, a lot of other things like that. What a lot of people don't realize is you can't just necessarily deduct every expense that you pay for in that first year. So if you have a lot of those costs, the way the rules work, we've got two things to consider. One is there's an exemption of the first $5,000. So any of those miscellaneous expenses that it takes to start up the business, you would be able to deduct the first $5,000. That's an election that has to be made on your tax return. And then anything over and above that actually has to be capitalized and written off over a longer period of time. So that's one thing to consider. The other thing that gets carved out of that is, again, any equipment or buildings or anything that's typically capitalized and depreciated. That gets carved out of that separately. And we would have to follow the normal depreciation rules on that. Currently, there's still bonus depreciation and some other options available that way, so we could potentially expense those. But there are specific ways that the IRS requires us to categorize those expenses and handle them for tax purposes. So something to be aware of, especially if you're in that first year of starting up a business or a new entity. We do have to take a look at how those expenses are going to be treated from a tax perspective. So a good time, again, to touch base with someone. Don't wait till year one is over to talk with your accountant or your advisor to make sure you're handling those things correctly for tax purposes.
Good advice. Eric, thank you very much. You take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too, Terry.
Eric Sawatsky with Yo & Yo.
It's time to think about your pig. You know, the propane tank in your backyard that heats your home? Well, there's no better company to fill your pig than Forward Energy, covering 23 counties. Forward Energy is a family-owned and operated propane supplier that's been fueling area homes, farms, and businesses since 1925. Fill your pig this year. Visit forwardenergy.com to find out about new customer pricing and programs.
Go forward with Forward Energy.
Folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union invite you to head on out to the Saginaw County Fair. That starts tomorrow and goes all the way through Saturday. And our Michigan fruit pie competition going on tomorrow. Judging begins at noon. So check that out. Art Lewis and myself will be out at the Saginaw County Fair tomorrow. Along with me, we have Ag Advisor, Legal Advisor, Jerry Reif. Jerry, let's talk a little bit about powers of attorney. What do you think?
Very, very, very important. It's part of elder law, but it just applies to everybody who's 18 and older. You know, we live longer, but the quality of life isn't necessarily 100%. And so we might have to have other people make decisions for us when we can't verbalize or for whatever reason we can't respond. I'm talking about medical decisions as well as financial property ones. Very important. They're only lifetime documents. They expire when you expire. But that's really, really important because a lot of times things are not quite current as they should be, and the individual is not in a position physically or mentally to update them. So somebody has to do it for them, and that's what the power of attorney is. It's all about giving authority to someone that you trust, somebody that looks out for your well-being, and they can make those verbal decisions on your behalf for a medical or whatever. Very, very important.
And this is something that folks should be taking up with folks like you. So how would we get a hold of you, Jerry?
Just give me a call here in Saginaw, 989-790-1461. Or even better, there's a lot of information on my website, Jerry, that's with a Jerry, JerryReifLawyer.com. Plenty of information on the website. And the powers of attorney are important now. While you're alive, 18 and older, you're an adult, you should have one. One of each.
Very good. Jerry, thank you much. That's good advice. You take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too.
I will. Jerry Reif, talking about powers of attorney. Lots of things going on, as I indicated. We'll have more on that as we go through the week this week. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, but right now we join radio stations all across the country by playing our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. Vaccine mandates. New York's governor is imposing them for airport and transit workers. He'd like private businesses to require vaccinations in the state, too. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says a lot of things are tilting that way.
More and more, there's going to be a reality where if you're vaccinated, a world opportunity opens up to you. If you're not vaccinated, there's